Hi, we put this video together for you at Sourced so we can give you instruction in terms of what we do for training week as our franchisees. So this is going to introduce you to some of our trainees, and it's also going to introduce you to some of our trainers, and they'll touch on subjects that they cover. It's also going to give you an insight in terms of what our franchisees expected and what they gained from the training week. So enjoy.
Overall experience of this week, really informative, but as well as being fun. So made some new friends. Yeah, it's been great.
This week's been really good, really informative. Really enjoyed it, to be fair. Learned quite a lot about a lot of stuff that I was aware of but not fully aware of, and there's obviously things like branches off that which have been really useful, I think, which I'll definitely be putting into practice. The training I've done in the past is mostly sales and what investments to look for and stuff like that, but predominantly direct to the investor rather than what sort of properties they're looking out for and stuff like that. So this was a big help. Comparison has been a lot better than anywhere else that I've had training.
I run my own property business, which is a rent-to-rent business, and I also offer training and mentoring. The training is based on rent-to-rent, the mentoring is based on any business or personal growth. I spend a lot of time on Facebook helping people that want to get into rent-to-rent. The main tip I would give them is to get educated. Stop wasting your time faffing around on Facebook, getting little snippets of information on a daily basis. Go somewhere where the person who's doing the rent-to-rent is actually doing the rent-to-rent. They're not just doing the training. They know what they're talking about. They've got a proven track record. Get educated, and if you're educated on a Saturday, you should be able to start your sourcing on the same day or at the very latest on the Monday. Otherwise you're going to be wasting your time for months on Facebook trying to get little bits of information, whereas you should just do it all in one hit, get going, and then in the time that you've saved in just getting trained, you'll have earned back because you'll have had a couple of rent-to-rents by then anyway. The training session went very well today. The group are fantastic, they're very driven, they're very motivated, they're very knowledgeable. They've got, I think every single person in that room has got a really outstanding deal already that they can take forward. And so they were very receptive to the training, and they were very interactive in the training, and the feedback at the end of the day has been fantastic.
My overall feeling from this week is that it's been really, really great. It's a lot to take in. But I think there's some really great information. It's definitely food for thought, and I'm really excited to get going.
I have been property sourcing for about 6.5 years, and from the very beginning I realised that there are a lot of property sources out there that aren't compliant, aren't legal, and some of them even unethically operate. So whilst I've been carrying on the sourcing business in the background, I've been working on trying to raise awareness and standards in the sourcing sector for compliance. Today's session was great. I think I blew their minds a little bit. When you start sitting down and looking at legislation and regulation, you don't realise exactly how much is involved. It can be a bit daunting, but they know that I'm only the end of a short contact if they want in one of the Facebook groups, or directly if they want to get in touch with me, I'm there if there are any questions. Working with Sourced has been great. The team as a whole are incredibly friendly, very welcoming. But more important to me than that is they work at the same level of care and support, and they work ethically the way that I do.
I think as opposed to a specific highlight, when I came here my goal was to solidify everything that I already knew little bits of. So, you know, if I rent-to-rent for argument's sake, if I knew 60% of that, my overall intention was to get a grasp of the other 40%. So, you know, with each different strategy, I knew a little bit on each one, but not really enough to be 100% comfortable with one of them. So the whole week's been a highlight really in that I've been able to solidify all that knowledge together. So yeah, how's the overall experience been? Really good, really good. I said right from the beginning that for me personally, the structure at the back end and the back office support was very important. And even from having been there a week, I can see that's strong, you know. And that's I just talked to Steve there before about that kind of getting to the end of your training and then you sort of go and roll a little bit. But we discussed there'll be a phone call on Monday, and having that continuous interaction, that's for me as a person, that's important. So that'll work well.